Hi everyone, in today's video we are gonna talk about hi everyone, today it's how websites work that we'll do. So in general, when you visit a website, your browser like Firefox, Chrome, whatever, it will make a request through the internet asking a web server for information about the page you're visiting. And the web server will respond with the data that your browser uses to show you the page. So a web server is just a dedicated computer somewhere else in the world that handles your request. And there are two major components that make up a website: the front end or client side, the way your browser renders a website, and the back end or server side, so a server that processes your request and returns a response. There are many other processes involved in your web browser making a request to web server, like the DNS request that we talked about in 2 videos ago, and so on. But we are just gonna talk about the fact that you make a request to a server and that server will respond with data your browser uses to render the information. Websites are primarily created using HTML to build websites and define their structure, CSS to make websites look pretty by adding styling options, and JavaScript that implement complex features on page using interactivity. So what is HTML? HTML is for Hypertext Markup Language. It is the language that websites are written in. It has elements, or also called tags, which are the building blocks of HTML pages, and it tells the browser how to display the content. And it also have, like, the tags also contain attributes such as the class attribute, the source attribute, or the ID attribute. So the class attribute, which can be used to style an element, for example, in bold text, the source attribute, or SRC, that is used on images to specify the location of an image, and the ID value, or the ID attribute, which is unique to the element. So let's look at this HTML page. So what can we see? So first, that first line defines that the page is an HTML5 document. So this helps with standardization across different browsers and tells the browser to use HTML5 to interpret the page. Then HTML tag is the root element of the HTML page. All other elements come after this element. So we have the head element, which contains information about the page, like the title. Then we have the body element, which defines the HTML document's body, and only content inside of the body is shown in the browser. Then we also have the H1 tag, which defines a large heading, and the P tag, which defines a paragraph. And there are many other tags or elements that exist, like the button one or the image one, and so on and so forth. So for now, let's go do the practice that is in this room for this part. So here we have some HTML code, and when we look at the rendered HTML code, we see an image of a cat and then a broken link. So the first thing it asks is one of the images on the cat website is broken. Fix it, and the image will reveal the hidden text. So if you go and look at the code, what's missing here? We have the first image with the source attribute being image/cat1.jpg. And the second one, which is broken, there is something missing. So let's add this and render the code. And here we go. A second beautiful cat. What a cutie. Anyway, next one, it asks to add a dog image to the page by adding another image tag on line 11, and it gives you the location for that image. So let's go here and add that. So we have this image dog, I think it's dog1, yeah, so it's dog1.png. Here we go, and let's render the code. And here we have a beautiful dog. So the next part talks about JavaScript. So what's JavaScript? JavaScript is one of the most popular coding languages in the world, and it allows pages to become interactive. So if HTML is used to create the website structure and content, the JavaScript is used to control the functionality of the web page. So without JavaScript, a page would not have interactive element and would always be static. So JavaScript or JS can dynamically update the page in real time, giving functionality to change the style of a button when a particular event on the page occurs, such as when a user clicks a button, or to display moving animations. So JavaScript is added within the page source code using script tag or remotely using, and so we would insert all the script between the two tags, or it can also be included remotely using the SRC or source attribute for the script tag, like this. Here you go. So the JavaScript file is here, and that's where it comes from. We can also, so if we go with the following JavaScript code, it finds this one. It finds an element that has an ID named demo, and it changed its inner HTML, so what's inside of it, to hack the planet. And if we go, we can look at this code, which if we see here, it's a button element, and on click, so when the on click event occurs, the element that has an ID demo change to button clicked, and on the button you see the click me written before. So on this, it says on the right hand, like, add JavaScript that changed the demo element to content to hack the planet. So here, the demo element is here. You see it's high there. So let's do that by adding our JavaScript here. So that would be document.get element by ID. It's the demo element that we want to change, so its name is demo. dot inner HTML. Here we go. Inner HTML equal, oops, hack the planet, and let's render it. Yoo-hoo! So we see that the element before that was hi there changed to hack the planet now. The next question, or the next thing, it says update the code by, so in the next task it says to add the button HTML from this task that changed the elements net text to button clicked on the editor, and update the code by clicking the render HTML plus JS code. So let's do that. So just remove this part completely and have, oops, so just so we have from button on click equal, same as before, document dot get element by ID. Then the ID is demo dot inner HTML equal, and here we have button clicked, and this, we close this and click me. So let's try to render it. Here you go. So we have the click me button. Let's click on it, and that's it. It changed the demo element from hi there to button clicked. Okay. Sensitive data exposure. So sensitive data exposure occurs when a website doesn't properly protect or remove sensitive clear text from information to the end user, usually found in the site's front-end source code. We know that websites are built using many HTML tags, and all of which we can see simply by viewing the page source. So a website developer may have forgotten to remove login credentials, hidden links to private parts of the website, or other sensitive data shown in HTML or JavaScript. So how can it be leveraged? It can be leveraged to further an attacker's access within different parts of a web application. For example, that could be HTML comments with temporary login credentials. And so when accessing a web application for security issues, one of the first things we should do is review the page code source to see if there is any sensitive data or exposed login credentials or hidden links. So for example, if we see this code, the source code for a web page, we can see in the comment that there is like these credentials, and maybe we can use them somewhere if they weren't removed after. So let's try it on the website that is given to us, and let's see if we can find any sensitive data. So first thing first, we should look at the page source code. So here we go. So what we can see, oh, so there it is. Test credentials with username and password. How about to try it? So let's try that. So it's admin and test passwd and login. Yoo-hoo, congratulations. Now on to the next one. So the next part talks about HTML injection. So HTML injection is a vulnerability that occurs when unfiltered user input is displayed on the page. So if a website fails to sanitize users' input, like filter any malicious text that a user input into a website, and that input is used on the page, an attacker can inject HTML code into a vulnerable website. So input sanitization is very important in keeping a website secure. So when a user has control of how their input is displayed, they can submit HTML code or JavaScript code, and the browser will use it on the page, allowing the user to control the page's appearance and functionality. So let's try it. Here we go. So we get a page, a website that looks like this. Let's just put whatever our name. Say hi to me. Okay, so when I put Kenza, it just say welcome Kenza. How about I change this and put something else? Will it allow me to add something like this? So add in tags, HTML tags, and see if it shows. Yes, so it does show as a head, like it does show my name bigger. So the question that was asked here, before continuing, let's look at the code source of the page and see what it says. So here, what we can see, if you see here, so what's your name? Say hi on the button, and then there's a JavaScript function here, and it says document get element by ID name point dot value, and welcome message. So the welcome message is this one, the element welcome message, which is if we saw like at the first part, before I wrote any name, there was nothing. So when I wrote my name, there was like welcome Kenza, and it's exactly that. It changes to welcome plus name. So the thing that I inserted in, the input that I put there. And if we see here, like there is nothing that verify that the value that I put into that name element is anything but text or script or whatever. It just, whatever I put inside, it just throws it back out at me. So let's change this. And the question was, on like inject HTML so that a malicious link to hacker.com is shown. So there is this here. So a tag. Let's put a link, and we put the link in the href or our href attribute value. So this is http hacker.com, and then let's write whatever, just hacker.com or just hacker if you want, and see how it shows. And here we go. So congratulations, but here you go. So that changed to welcome hacker, and you see the link that shows like on the bottom part, left side, hacker.com. And yep, that was it for today. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Goodbye!